Okay, gonna be doing another one of these dev diaries. Like I said, I wanted to do this once a month or so just to kind of document progress making this Resident Evil inspired JRPG in RPG Maker for funsies. Let's see. It's hard to remember what exactly is new and what isn't new. I know I redid, so there's a lot of rooms. Let's just pull up. Let's go here. So this isn't even all of the first floor actually, because this has more of the first floor up here. One of the things I did is I changed how the game tints and does music. So basically, it's just a simpler process. Instead of having the doors you go in between rooms affect the next room's music and how dark it is, I just have an event in each room, which is a better solution. That was one of the I distinctly remember that being one of the first things I did. But the other thing I spent a lot of time on was kind of spacing, because I want all the rooms in this mansion to realistically line up, right? So this is the kitchen, this is the main entrance hall, and this is how I've been doing the maps basically since the first like 8 or so. I started doing them this way. For example, like this, I'm outlining these rooms right now, and I'm putting them all on one map, and then once I'm done with them sufficiently, I put it somewhere else into their own maps. But I didn't do that. I did that for this too, right here. So this used to have these rooms in it. Like this room was in here. Makes sense. It didn't used to be that way. And so I actually spent a decent amount of time redoing these rooms right here, and as well as these rooms, and specifically this secret room was all out of whack. I want them to be to scale, simply because if you think about it, as a player, I want you to look at this and be in this room and be in this room and go through to the other side of the hallway and realize, like, there's an empty spot. There's going to be other areas like that too. I want you to, if you're thinking about it, go, wait a second. There should be something here. Like, there's space for it. So it's not like the Resident Evil 1 mansion where the rooms are all over the damn place and they don't necessarily, like, the floor plan is, it's just so out of control in that game where like rooms will be, hallways will be over here, and then there'll be a room, and then there'll just be this giant empty space, and it's like, oh yeah, there's another room over here. It's like, well, what's over here? Nothing. So I didn't want to have that. I wanted everything to be spaced out. But that meant I spent a lot of time redoing this and redoing these stairs up to the next floor because the math didn't add up, and I actually, the second floor doesn't have a lot going. I actually made this longer, or I made the wall go down. I'm pointing at my screen like you can see it. I made the wall go down, I think 2 or 3 spaces because it didn't line up right. It's a whole freaking thing. Let's go back here. This is the first floor, most of the first floor. I think I was done with the East Hall over here last month. I don't quite remember. I know I changed this carpet color. This is the new area. This is a locker room, and this is a gym. I don't really have the tile sets for that. And I'm waiting for a tile set to be finished that this guy's working on. We'll see. Who finishes first? Me finishing this or him doing the tile set? I don't know. But it's the tile set I think I want because I bought his outside set. It looks really good. Haven't implemented that either. Sorry, not sorry. But I also have this room, like this is the same gym and the locker room. And this is the West Hall. This is the servants' quarters that I made up right here. So that's another section. Obviously they're just generic copy-paste rooms. They're not anything actually done. But that's just for spacing. Dining room, kitchen, pantry. And this is the garage. The garage is mentioned a bunch in the text, so hopefully people realize like I need to go to the garage. I changed. Let's go here. I changed a couple things to give a goal, more of a goal. When you get the pistol, it kind of you're reluctant in this mansion to do this, but underneath that is kind of a note from one of the residents that tells you now, hey, there's a shotgun over here, there's a machine gun over here, and so that gets added into the quests as kind of potential goals. So your goal is to escape, figure out a way out, and there's like the actual, you know, in terms of game design goal is to get a key to the outside. But also there's these optional, but things you should definitely do, goals of getting a gun and not getting more firepower so you're not just eaten by zombies. This is my test room that I put stuff in. I was testing a bunch of items and abilities. Actually, let's go here and do this. So I added several. Boop. There's a machine gun class now, but it's still new, and we can show that in a second. But I added a bunch of. Oh, let's go back. Get out of here. There, a bunch of different accessories for you to pick up, and in doing this, I needed to test a few things. Some of these items. Oops. You go and equip them. Just optimize it. You know, speed you up a little bit. Oops. This is just armors. Most of the armor, to me, it functions as like you gotta have reduced speed until you get later in the game and have better armor that doesn't have drawbacks. This is an interesting item that makes it harder for enemies to hit you and raise your defense slightly. But nothing is like super positive, which I understand some people don't like, but I'm not gonna, my intention isn't to have 10,000 different items. It's just to give you like, oh, this is an interesting thing. What's this about? And maybe I want to try that. Maybe I want to, like, this increases damage for, like, the shotgun has spread to hit other enemies as well. This doubles that, but I don't have, you know, it's a machine gun, doesn't have any spread damage. But in doing this, I wanted to test this ability, which just changes the default attack to shooting twice, which can be advantageous. But I'm not going to use this for several reasons. But one, I was like, okay, I'm going to test this, right? And that meant I need to give my character a bunch of ammo, and then we're going to fight a zombie. Well, I looked at the menu, and I realized, oh, there's an item limit. Like, you can only carry 99 bullets, which is a complete oversight to me. Like, I wasn't even thinking about that. And I should have been thinking about that. Now, I can get a plugin to change that, but to me, as a big Resident Evil fan, dealing with constraints in terms of inventory is part of the game. And I can't necessarily make it to where, oh, you can only carry this many things. Like, that becomes very convoluted and unwieldy in what I'm doing in this small scale, like super, to call it indie is an overstatement game. But what I can do is make it to where you can only carry a certain amount of ammo. And so I had to go back in and completely change how you pick up ammo, how it's handled, and etc. for every ammo type, even though only 2 were implemented at the time. Even now, I added in the thing, you can carry 55. You'll be able to upgrade that, and even like shotgun shells, this isn't set up right because the freaking variable's not defined, but you understand what I'm saying. This one is, for testing purposes, the one that matters in my test room. So now that's all changed. When you pick stuff up, so 12 ammo, hey, you can only carry 55, extra sent to storage, 65 is in storage. Something like that. And storage can go infinitely, but the storage is only going to be in certain rooms, and this also allows me to have an item box of sorts in the game, which is another big time Resident Evil staple. So this is the ammo box, all the different ammo types. I don't know how much I'll change this. It's tough in the text editor to make it, like, you can't just have, oh, maybe you could have text that exists like a string in a variable, and then within that string is another variable. So like this whole thing would be a variable, and then based on if you have the machine gun or have grenades, it changes the string. But I don't know how much that really even matters. This is vague enough where you're like, okay, there's 4 weapons in the game. I don't know if it's worth it. Anyway, you can refill it. This works, but I have max ammo. Now, with the machine gun, with that double tap skill or equipment, it changes your attack. With that, I got the idea, well, duh, that's how you do a machine gun. I was going to do it some other way that was not as good. So now it does 3 attacks. It doesn't do a lot of damage, I think, because I have something stupid equipped that lowers my... Oh, don't guard, Megan. Come on. You weirdo. No, run away. I also changed how enemies are handled when you run away slightly. I made it a common event, so I can just edit it for one thing and it affects all of them. This was interesting though. If I double my defense, like with that item, the basic zombies can't hurt me. This advanced exosuit is intended to be found at the end of the game, the very end. So I'm kind of fine with that. If the basic enemy from the very beginning doesn't hurt you. Let's unequip everything. Yeah, that's what's happening. The machine gun's weak, obviously, weaker than the pistol. I also started, I don't have it in here. No, run away. Oh, that's my secret thing on the floor. Well, it's dark now. Deal with it. It's dark now. So I added in, the skills are kind of a mess, to be honest with you. Where is it? These are all the quests I have so far. So I added in a bunch of quests, most of which don't even have endings yet because the NPCs aren't there. I'm doing it kind of in order. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. These are the notes in the game. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. And the keys. What am I looking for? Yeah, these are all the armors. I don't remember. It's something over here. There was something in here I was looking for. I don't remember now. If it's vaguely interesting, this is how the note system works that I made. You pick an item, and then based on whatever item it is, it displays a different note. So each note is attached to an item, which it is, but then it's in the back end like that too. And you see here I got my, for picking up, I had to change how you pick up ammo, and I ended up getting like, let's just make this a common event. Let's just do this. So it's basically this copied 4 times. But now for every event, not that one though. Go back to the other test area. This I just did yesterday actually. For every event, it's gonna say how much ammo you pick up, the difficulty modifier, what ammo it is, and then it's gonna call that event. So I won't have to worry about doing this ever again. Which is, I don't know. Is that good? Is that bad? This is the refill ammo thing. Not very complicated. I did it the cheap and easy way, because apparently there's no way to just, to give, like natively in RPG Maker, you can't just give someone, or you can't set, hey, you have 75, like, machine gun ammo. You can't just give them that number. You can add to that number, because like, look, oops. You can just add or decrease the count. So what I did instead was I just set it to 0. Where is it? No, it must be over here. Yeah, there you go. I just get rid of it. Basically, if you're gonna go over the ammo cap, it gets rid of all the ammo you have and then just puts you at the cap and then puts the remainder in here, in the other variable, because it's like there's no way to do it normally. So I'm like, fine, I'll do it my stupid ass way, which is just to make sure you have nothing and then give you what you should have. Ridiculous. And this I do a similar stupid. Someone somewhere is like, this is the worst way to do these things. But like this, with restoring the ammo from storage, I just subtract 1 from the storage and 1 to the ammo you have. Keep it in a loop until it equals or you run out, and there you go. I find simple works best. Is it right? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Let's go here. The other big thing, I don't want to make this as long as the other video. It feels like I haven't made a ton of progress. I took about 5 days off from it, where I didn't really do anything at all. About a week or so ago. But I think a lot of the stuff I did was behind the scenes, like just back end, when you have to spend, I don't know, 6 hours reworking how ammo works for every, like in general, it ends up taking a little bit of time. I did add, I don't know if I had it in, but these dogs, we can go here. Get out of here. These dogs run randomly and they'll stop. Actually isn't a good spot for them. Let's go over here. Boop, 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 boop. Garden. Nope. Other garden. We're going to stick ourselves in a tree where they can't. No, over here where they can't get me. This is hard to do. Can't really see the screen right. So they run at you, but they also wait for a random amount of time and then bark. So it ends up looking pretty erratic. It looks better when you're not trapped outside the fence like an idiot. But this is so I don't have to fight them, because I can't fight them with the base character. And it ends up sounding pretty nice, because it's just random. They stop for a random period of time. At least, I think it's at least 2 seconds, but then like up to 5. So if you see, I'll put myself over here, you know, I'll run away. Run away, run away. Oh. Oh. Zomdog, man. Yeah, the default character is not gonna work. And I can't run away. Let's go here, though. One of the things I also worked on, because the West Hall... Boop. Actually, let's go to the basement. The West Hall has a power issue. Okay. This is a note, just to show this. Everyone's named after, almost everyone is named after someone from Resident Evil. And then randomly they're not, so just deal with it. Basically, there are rooms. Quest. There are rooms without power on the west side of the mansion. And this little chair is what I use to indicate where doors go in the test maps. And I did not delete that little chair. You know who he gets to go? You. Little door. Or little chair door. You're no longer needed. Thank you for your service. This is the circuit breaker for the east wing. This is the circuit breaker for the west wing. Where's my... This secret thing there for testing gives you fuses. 5 fuses for full power. 4 fuses, only 6 can be on. 3 fuses, 4 switches. No power with fewer than 3 fuses, so you can't turn everything off. This is a warning. Garage lift needs extra power and can short if all 5 fuses are not present, regardless of if it's on or not. Okay, so this was cool. And this is my temporary art. Temp art. But now, like, you get to play with the fuses and see what what rooms you want to power, and you can try and leave. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, shit. No, wait, stop. No. I have to do that. That sets the variables where they should be. Because they get set at the beginning of the game, but they don't get set when you start in the middle of the room like an idiot. See? Now they're different. So I can go here and do the gym. And I can try to leave. It doesn't make sense to leave rooms dark for no reason. So then you can also go like this, turn the gym on, turn the servants' quarters on, try to leave. Yeah. Very classic Resident Evil. You cannot... You can go to the other panel's over here for that panel. Boop, boop. Let's go back to the other panel. Let's turn lights off in the dining room. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Let's also turn lights off in the gym. No, the gym's not even close to being done, so it does not matter. Okay, let's leave. Let's see if I remember to set all these correctly. If not, I can just move myself. See? I did all these chairs. Okay, so this is the door to the kitchen. And this is what I had to do was make it to where you can turn off the lights in rooms all throughout the West Hall. And oh, I just need to make sure, where is it? I will just go with it. I don't know, I need to see. One of these gives me a key. Oh, it's this one? Yeah. So now if you go here, it's locked. But we also turned the power off. So that gives me the key. You unlocked it. Has no power, is enveloped in darkness, it's too dangerous to enter. So that's what you'll get. And it doesn't necessarily matter too much about this room in particular. It's more about the rooms further in the West Hall. Although if you do this and want to explore the West Hall, this will seal you away from the rest of the mansion for a while. I forget. Let's go here and see. Oh yeah, this turns the lights on. Just abuse the system. And now you can go back in. And it's unlocked. And assuming everything else is correct, that other side is locked as well. Or unlocked, rather. This other door is also locked, and so we'll unlock it, and then you'll go right in because the lights are on. Boom. I'm glad everything works. Please God. So this took a while too. This is gonna affect. If you go back, the door animations are a little long. I know, but I like it. If you go back to here, boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. No animation for the stairs yet. You wait. Just you wait. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. You can add fuses, but I have not. Until I'm done and making sure the system works correctly, I'm not going to make it to where you can have 6 on. Basically, the logic behind that is if it works with the 4, I can easily change it to work with having 6 switches on, but I'm not going to do that until I know everything works in here. Anyway, so now you can see kind of what's going to be on and off. I can turn the 3rd floor on. These are all 2nd floor switches, and these are 1st floor switches. But I think that's pretty cool in terms of where you want to explore and go, and how that affects the mid portion of the game, I guess. Not even, it's still pretty early. The west side, or the east side rather. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. This is more of, not the tutorial, but it doesn't give you a ton of, it's pretty linear. Like you enter here and you go around, and then you unlock this shortcut, and then you leave. And then you go to the West Hall. But I'm not stopping you from going to the West Hall at the very beginning. There's items and things you can find here. There's 2 quests you can find here. And maybe 3, actually, now that I think about it. And other rooms. So you'll want to be here. And this room, this is the library, the door to the library. You need to go to the library. I don't think there's a route where you... No, there's a route where you don't have to go to the library. But you'll very likely go to the library. What other stuff did I do? There's the room in here. Where is it? Hold on. Nope. I made this computer, which turns on and displays different emails in it. Completely optional little puzzle there. This room has the note about taking the ammo, and you can take the ammo or not take the ammo, and that'll affect if this character is dying or not dying. What was this? It's just nonsense. It's just random amount of gold. Here I added this. You step on this, it'll trigger a sound, and you have to go and investigate this cabinet, and based on what you do to the cabinet, your choices, it will allow you to have a scene with this character who will give you a side quest. But you have to answer that correctly. If you fail it, you have to leave and come back and then step on that again. So there's a bunch of stuff going on. Even this is the reporter. This is assumedly the dead reporter, who the note I mentioned way back about the shotgun and the machine gun was addressed to this person who is now a zombie. Womp womp. Just see the back end. But that's it. It feels like a smaller update, and I guess it is. It's a small game. Gets a small update. But I have to remember, like, the first update was a lot of extra work that wasn't a month. Like, that wasn't a month of work. And this was so much back end, and I also don't remember what the hell I even like, when was the stopping point, and then like the next thing I did. I don't think this room was done. Maybe I think these tiles here with the bathtub, it's from a different set, so I added those in until I can get a different set. My idea with the West Hall, I'm like, this is the gym. It's not gonna look like that, but it has to look like that now because I don't have tiles for it, and I'm not gonna spend a ton of time detailing things out when, you know, there's no point doing the tiles. Oh, these are here. But that's that. The next thing is to do the garage, which right now just looks like nonsense. And this will be a save room, and this will have an item box in it, and this will have the workbench, so you can upgrade your weapons as well. There's going to be a few rooms like this throughout the mansion. There's a second floor to the garage. And that's it. Merry Christmas, I guess. It's July still, barely. Probably be uploaded in July. I really liked how this came out. I like the sound it makes. So simple. I'm so simple. But it looks cool. It's temporary and stupid, but you can see. It's at least 3 out of 5 cool. That's all we're going for.